AITA for cooking food while my roommate's girlfriend was here and offering her some. I, 21 meters, am from the South. I grew up in New Orleans and Texas. My mom runs a catering business and the majority of clients were either at home in Louisiana or in Texas. I add this to say that I grew up cooking and helping my mom cook for the business. I was frying chicken and catfish when I could reach the stove and making gumbo and buttermilk biscuits at a very young. I'm currently in culinary school right now. I've lived in a rented house on the East Coast with my roommate, 22 meters, for a year and a half. He's not a friend or anything. We just linked up because we both needed roommates in the area. He's good to live with and we watch shows and movies together. We hang out and go out for drinks sometimes. I always make friends easy because of being from the South and doing customer service related things since I was a kid. I know how to talk and charm and listen to folk despite being naturally more in the introverted spectrum. My roommate has been seeing his girlfriend, 20 meters, for like 6 months. I've met her before and seen her in passing. Roommate and his GF had a 2-week break from school things. She still lives at her parents', so she decided to stay here the whole 2 weeks. I was just doing things as I would normally do. It got weird at first when I was about to go mow the lawn and the roommate stopped me and said he wanted to mow. I usually always mow. A couple of days later I was outside washing my car. I asked both of them if they wanted me to do theirs. She looked like she was going to agree, but he looked at her angrily, so they declined. I cook pretty frequently at home as well and usually let my roommate have some. So any time I'd make some I would say that they could have some and this would get him pissed. Weeks prior when she was here and we were all talking, she mentioned this specific kind of cheesecake that she really likes. So I made and sent out a group text that everyone could have it. My roommate got upset. I don't see anything as overstepping a boundary as this is how I treat him and all guests. The other day he told me how annoying it was to hear his GF talk about how good your roommate can fresh baked bread is. I'm not trying to make him look bad or anything. This is simply how I was raised. If I bake 2 loaves of bread I'm gonna leave it out for the house to eat. Edit the cheesecake is just common courtesy type thing to me. When his parents come over I make pound cake because they like it. If a guest is coming you make what they like. Nothing odd about picking up their favorite chips or making some tea when guests arrive. Just how I was raised. Edit. Wow, this has blown up. Just want to say we generally have a good roommate relationship. We're not best friends but it's friendly enough. The only change has been when his GF is here. So lol, no, I am not looking for new roommates, to be adopted, or to move, but thanks. Here is some more things that upset him. I went to the grocery store and asked if anyone needed anything. I was frying chicken and offered the first best pieces out the oil to them. I changed the oil to my own car. I used a smoker in the backyard to make brisket. I grill and smoke in the backyard and needed a piece of wood cut into a certain way to hold something up. I cut and nailed some wood together in the garage. Feels like I can't even exist while she is here. Final edit. I tend to see the good and best in people. So I was not seeing him as being very insecure and was trying to look at this in a more positive light. But he just texted me and said that I greet his GF in too kind of a way and it's annoying that I say, be safe, when she leaves the house. I say this to him and everyone when they tell me they are going somewhere. He sent me a long text detailing it's bad that I look her in the eyes when she is talking to me. Maybe it is time for a new roommate. NTA. Your roommate is just wildly insecure. You did nothing wrong. You sound like a gracious host. And a very generous person. Lol. NTA. If another guy mowing the lawn and cooking is enough to make him insecure, He's probably not doing anything useful himself. NTA. If your roommate is so pissed about hearing his GF talk about how great your food is, why doesn't he learn to cook? And what is his problem with you sharing food? Which is something you've always done. I have to admit, though, that "no I wanna mow" thing made me laugh. What a manly man. NTA from South Louisiana here. You didn't do anything wrong. You were being polite. Your roommate is incredibly insecure. NTA. I have a friend who is a great cook. I liked taking my GF to visit him. We'd spend the rest of the night talking about great food. People like you are awesome to know. If he's got a problem, that's his issues. NTA. You are raising a bar he doesn't want raised by getting things done. He wants to pretend he is a better partner than he is. He also doesn't want you to highlight things he isn't interested in doing. In a way, you are unintentionally showing that he isn't the best partner material around. Keep doing as you are. He is being ridiculous. Edit. Thank you kind people for the awards. I'm floored and appreciative of all of you. Thank you so much. NTA. Your roommate is a jelly bean. So he's okay with you feeding him, but has a problem when you offer to feed his GF who just happens to be in the house. It's not like you only cook when she's there. Why? Is he afraid you're gonna steal her with food? Is he afraid she's only hanging out with him because you feed her? Ask Rumi what the problem is. And then stop doing what he doesn't like. If that means not feeding her, then stop feeding him too. You sound like a great roomie. You mow and offered to wash their cars? Who does that? You're like Southern hospitality on steroids. NTA. Your roommate is wildly insecure, is realizing that he isn't living up to your good example, and is terrified that his GF is noticing that. In his mind, the only logical solution is to be mad at you for it. He might be at a place where he could start changing his behavior permanently. To follow your example, so it might be worthwhile to check in with him when his GF isn't around, to see if he wants to split the chores more equitably, and possibly even learn to cook, if you're willing to teach him by having him help when you're making something. NTA. Your roommate sounds like he has some issues and is worried his GF will recognize this after being around you. I do feel sorry for your roomie. Living with Mr. Steal Your Girl. But NTA. Dude needs to get his jealousy under control and or ask you for lessons in cooking, mowing, charming, and being hospitable. NTA. Your roommate's insecurity is not your problem. I'm also from the South, and cooking and sharing food with others brings me a lot of joy. It was something you did out of kindness, not out of a willingness to cause harm. He's being ridiculous. NTA. I'm from Texas and what you describe is the way things are. You're not overstepping. You're being Southern polite. He just doesn't like that you make him look bad. That's his issue, not yours. Do not offer food to the girlfriend. Do not look at the girlfriend. When the girlfriend enters the room, cover your eyes and run away screaming. When the girlfriend is mentioned, erase her from your mind. It sounds like your roommate has some heavy baggage around his own self-image. And honestly, I get it, and I have compassion around that. But it's not yours to carry. But you're in culinary school for heaven's sake. If you were making a bunch of food and not offering it around, I would find that weird. NTA. YTA big time. Where is my gumbo or fried catfish? This made me hungry. I mean, NTA, but man, I want some. NTA. If your roommate is feeling inadequate, that's a him problem. His GF being impressed by your cooking and generosity as something out of the ordinary for her is Probably a good thing for her to raise her standards a bit. Info. I can't issue a judgment without tasting the food first. Please send over some crawfish étouffée and red beans and rice with andouille. No need to include Cajun chef. I already have a bottle. You would be a better partner in the long run. You cook. You bake. You offer to assist with chores. Your roommate doesn't want his GF seeing that. I'm not saying she will dump him over it, but he doesn't want his GF to see someone with more energy, different culture, because she will wonder why he doesn't do any of these things for her. NTA. He wants her expectations to stay in the floor. NTA. Your roommate is just jealous and is trying to make himself look better in front of his GF. If he mentions anything again about being annoyed or anything, just say, well, you could try your hand at it as well. Or, you could do these same things for her and everyone. Something along those lines. Let this serve as a mini wake-up call for him to light a fire under his butt for his GF, so to speak. You're doing nothing wrong. Inta sounds like he's insecure of himself and sees you as competition.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.